I want to introduce myself again. My name is Andrea Leza. I have a really, really long name. And this is the short version, and but I go by Andy, so it's even shorter. So I decided to tell you my story today, but I actually have two stories. My first story lasted 16 years. I was born and raised in Mexico, and I had everything there. My community, my family, my language, everything was over there. Of course, my parents have always been visionaries. Ever since they started, ever since I was born, I only was in the city. I was born for 2 days because I decided to move to the border to have a better future. So that was a big move. My family and I were separated at that point. And I knew that at some point that was just going to continue, that we're going to look for new opportunities for me. So it happened when I was 16 years old. I decided to move to the United States. I had to leave everything behind, of course. So we came here and I had no family, no friends, no culture, no language. So we started brand new, but I knew that everything they did because they wanted me to have a better future. So that's what we did. So for me, it was really hard to adapt to the new culture. My dad had already established a corporate culture, in his job. He already knew his coworkers, he knew the language. My mom had a more difficult time, but she decided to stay at home so that she could support me and my dad. I, on the other side, became a junior in high school here. My English was awful. I didn't know how to, I knew how to write, of course, so that got me through, because there's no way we can come here with no knowledge whatsoever. At least you know how to say hi, basics. So I wasn't comfortable at all speaking with anybody, and I'm a very social person, so I was completely blocked from making friends at that point, and it was just myself keeping me blocked out. I didn't want to embarrass myself. I thought my accent was really heavy, and it was at that point. So that was a big struggle for me. The second one is I came in junior year of high school. That is the hardest year in high school. I came in, and the first thing they told me is, have you taken your SATs? Have you applied to college? Are you ready? Have you taken honor classes? No, you don't have that in Mexico. You just don't. One of the things in my culture, at least in my family culture, is that the moment I was born, I knew I was going to college. There was no way I was not going to college. My parents were not going to let me. And we lived so close to Monterrey that I thought I was going to go to Tecnológico de Monterrey, which of course is like a hard thing to do, but a really actual viable thing to do. You know that I'm going to make it there. When I came here, first thing I noticed is I don't even want to talk to anybody. How am I going to go get into college? How are they going to see me as an actual candidate to get into this institution? And everybody was telling me to take SATs, and you have to have a required minimum GPA. I didn't know what GPA was. So it was really hard, but I pushed myself because I knew it was not an option not to go to a college. So the first thing I knew was I need to find a college that is going to be the right fit for me, because I won't be fighting so hard to just get into any college. So in 2 years, I did extracurricular activities. I became the president of an honor society. I did volunteer hours. I was doing key clubs, so 48 hours or more every year. I took honor classes and AP classes. Even though I didn't communicate with anybody, I knew how to read and write. So I would communicate my professors through the work I did. It's like, yes, I understand what you're saying to me. I just cannot speak to you right now. I cannot actually communicate. During my breaks in school, like lunchtime and everything, I would spend my time in the library with my ESL professor, practicing. I will be friends with all the other Hispanic students in my high school, and I would just be like, just talk to me in English, because I wouldn't feel comfortable speaking with anybody else other than Hispanic students, and they will help me out. So now I made it this far. This is my English, this is my accent. 2 years, this is what I accomplished. Now more. So I graduated with honors, and I was really proud of that. I had the perfect GPA, perfect extracurricular activities, everything was it. where am I going now? You know, I actually can get into college now. I applied to every single university I could think. NC State, ECU, UNC Chapel Hill, Meredith. I applied to UT in Texas because that was the closest place to back home. And my parents were okay with letting me go. I went and visited them all. I said, wow, this is very big. I come from a school that has like 2,000 students from kindergarten all the way to college. And I was very outside of my comfort zone. I was finally comfortable enough to talk to people, and I knew I wanted to make myself known as I am. Like, I know how to speak now, and I'm comfortable doing it, so I want my voice to be heard. So I came to Meredith, and I think I came about 4 times. And the first time I knew I was coming here already, and the other times it was just like they invited me to come, and it was free event. I just wanted to keep coming. I love it. I love it so much. The environment here is so welcoming. I just knew this was the place I wanted to be. And my parents, of course, they were like, of course you want the private school that, you know, it's all girls, all women, and expensive and whatnot. Expensive was the key. It was really expensive. And even though Tecnológico Monterrey is a very expensive school in Mexico, it has nothing in comparison to how expensive Meredith College is. Thankfully, because I worked so hard those 2 years, I got really good scholarships, academic scholarships, but still, it wasn't enough to pay off for everything. So last year, I got the opportunity to get this scholarship for the first time, and it has helped me a lot. And now I'm a junior. I'm about to go into my last year, and I know that I wouldn't be here if I didn't have that support, because I've had scares about, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay next semester. What am I gonna do? So the moment I got the scholarship, it was like a breather. Like, I knew that I had more support, and I knew that I wasn't alone. And I knew that if I reached out, I was gonna get the support that I needed. So right now, I am myself. I am the class president. I've been for 3 years. I decided I was not gonna be quiet anymore. I wanted people to know what was. I've been silent for too long. And I wanted to make a difference. So I decided to go head on and engage with Meredith. Like, whenever you need me, tradition, sisterhood, I'm there, unity, I'm your girl. And to my knowledge, I'm one of the few Meredith presidents that has Hispanic heritage. And it's really funny because she's the only one that I know. She's class of 2014, I think. Yeah. So when I became president for the first time, she was the head of all the class presidents, and she was the only Hispanic president at that time that I knew. So she was a really good example for me. And when I saw her, I was like, yeah. So right now, I for the future, I have declared my major in public relations and communication. I'm a minor in business. I'm looking forward to doing marketing. I've been working in marketing for 2 years now. I've learned so much. I feel so comfortable speaking to people, speaking in front of a crowd, representing my school. Meredith has gone beyond an academic institution for me. My parents don't live here anymore. They moved to San Diego just 2 months ago. So what I was telling you before is that we have lived on our own our whole lives. I'm an only child. It's just me and my parents. And now, because they're visionaries, they want to keep growing. So they make this big move to the other side of the country. Now my whole family is in Mexico, 2 days away. Now my parents are on the other side of the country, 2 days away, and I'm here by myself. I had the chance to go with them, of course. They're like, no, it's harder. If you want to come, you can come. I said, no. Meredith is here. I would like to take Meredith and take it back to San Diego. That's not possible. I'm not going anywhere. And then say, why? Just because it's your last year? And I said, no. Besides the fact that I've been a new girl in school already, when I came here to high school, no other place is going to give me the feeling Meredith gives me. The fact that they will help me beyond academics. They will try to find help. They will make compromises with other organizations, and they will show other organizations the potential that Meredith people have, like they did with the Mexican consulate. No other schools do that. They don't go out of their way to help students so personally like they do. they don't go out of their way to like after you're out of Meredith to keep engaging with you and see where you're going because they're proud of the people they make here. So I'm just very grateful of the opportunity that I have to be here. I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I know that wherever I go after Meredith, I'm gonna make them proud. I'm gonna make my parents proud. I'm gonna make my community really proud. And I'm just gonna keep going. So thank you so much.